What's up? It's your boy, the GreenWing band, and I'm actually at a right now. I actually just came back from a wedding right now, as you can kind of see. I'm at the beach. Just want to be able to kind of get my opinions. I haven't been on the website for a while. I apologize for that, just because I've been working so much. With the season around, I'm probably going to be doing a lot more stuff. So I figured, hey, today's a really good day to kind of sit down and talk about my actual overall record and how the NFC East is going to go. So I'm going to start off with number four, with the Washington Redskins. I think right now that team at the moment is always in constant flux and incredible turmoil. I think Carson Wentz as a quarterback has at times been very, very good, but at times has been very, very unreliable when it comes to big moment games. It's an organization right now that just can't seem to figure out what they want to do with them. Um, it seems like they don't want to sit down and pay him the big bucks yet to put him on another franchise tag that's going to end up putting him a lot more than if they just simply had just signed him. It's just been incredible dysfunction right now. The team right now is, at the moment, doesn't seem to be in sync right now because again, even though you bring a guy like Terrell Pryor, it doesn't replace kind of the production that Deshaun Jackson and Pierre Garçon kind of brought to the squad. And they also let go of their running back, their actual main running back. And their offensive line isn't as decent as people want to make it out to think. So ideally, I think this team isn't going to do that great. And I see this team kind of falling by the wayside. I think this team might end up going 4-12, maybe 5-11. Just because I just don't think right now the Washington Redskins are just in a lot of turmoil and they just don't have um, that cohesion that they're going to need in a very difficult schedule they have coming up ahead. Next team I'm going to go with, since our Eagles fans, it is the Philadelphia Eagles. I do have this team at 9-7, along with a big question mark in Washington. We also have a big question mark right now in our offense. Um, the preseason unfortunately didn't give us enough clarity on exactly what this team is or in terms of their identity. Their running back right now is a running back in committee, which is LeGarrette Blount at 30 years old that had been in constant workforce up in New England. Wendell Smallwood seems to have a lot of talent, however, the man cannot stay healthy. Donnell Pumphrey clearly isn't ready for the big time show, as you kind of see through the preseason. And I don't really know what we're going to do with Corey Clement. I don't know how he's going to really add into this running back in by commission, or he'll actually see any playing time. He might see maybe a couple of games and touches though, but I don't think he's going to add in any real major minutes to the squad. The offensive line, I think, will totally be fine with Lane Johnson back in the helm, because I mean without him we lost a lot of close games that we possibly could have sat down and won. But then again, the NFL was all about close games, so I don't know how much we can take into too much consideration on that. But that being said, and I think one of the biggest main reasons right now is the coach. I don't think, although I don't think Doug Peterson struggled a lot with his his play calling has never been the biggest problem. I think he's actually been a decent play caller if you see the plays that were designed throughout the course of last season. I think he's a decent play caller that can kind of get people into space. I think the biggest issue has always been his play decision making in critical moments of the game. That's the biggest worry on his squad. So I think you combine all these new elements added together, a scary running line that is very questionable, an offense line that's pretty decent as long as they stay healthy. You look on the defensive end of the ball, I think the defensive end has the potential to be a top 10 defense when it's all said and done as the season moves forward. I think that front four looks incredibly good with the add-in with Fletcher Cox being that monster, and with Brandon Graham and Chris Long and then Joe Turrigan for the Baltimore Ravens, and then you add in guys like the new talent, first round pick, and David Barnett, and it also seems like we also found a sign in Vinny Curry. I think the squad has a great potential, a great fantastic front four to be very, very good, and I think with that addition of having Ronald Darby as one of our cornerbacks playing right alongside Jalen Mills, I think we can expect very good things. Now, the other biggest worry I have to worry about is also their our safeties right now are pretty good, and our linebacking core is fantastic until somebody gets hurt. and I think that's one of the biggest worries that we have to put in. So right now, I think our team is 9-7, but I think that 9-7 might be good enough to actually get us a wild card. Next team that I'm gonna actually hit up, and this could go either way. You can actually sit down and exchange this either way. But for now, I'm gonna have the Cowboys here, a little bit ahead of us guys, and I really apologize. I think they also might go. I think this team also might go 9-7 as well. I honestly think. I honestly think with the Cowboys right now, I think we're definitely going to expect a setback for Mr. Dak Prescott. I don't think by much. I think the running core is actually pretty good, even though it was Zeke Elliott's suspension. But I'm not gonna sit here and deny that Zeke Elliott is a very special player for that Cowboys offensive line, and what it allows Zeke to have a fantastic blowout year, because honestly Dak never really had to sit down and throw the ball so that much. So really missing a guy that has that, not only to be able to break tackles and to run after his touches, I think is going to be so very, very missed when they go on that real tough six game schedule without Zeke. I think that's something that cannot be stressed enough in the Atlanta Dallas Cowboys. And right now, on top of that, the Dallas Cowboys right now have probably one of the worst defenses right now in this NFC East right now. I think the front four is suffering. It seems like either anybody on that team is either getting hurt or getting suspended for really dumb reasons. I think the cornerbacks are not that great. So yeah, I think the Dallas Cowboys eventually, although I think are going to struggle a little bit, I think they're going to make up just enough. I think they're going to pull up just enough to maybe squeeze past us at the moment. I also have them as 9-7 too, and a potential to even make it into a wild card, or maybe to even win the NFC East. I think that and the Eagles. And I think last but not least, I also have the New York Giants. I think the New York Giants overall have the best offensive core. I know Odell Beckham's a stud. Shepard's really good. That new kid that they got, I think that new tight end is looking really sharp. I think they have great offensive weapons over there. I think the biggest issue, though, I think everything looks good on paper until they actually sit down and step on the field. However, I also have them as 9-7. I think everybody might be split in 9-7. I don't see anybody truly. I don't really see anybody in this division truly kind of escaping. I think everybody's going to be in the single digits. I think the New York Giants. I don't know why a lot of people are giving. Even though that I have them on top, I am not going to give them that much credit, because you have to consider that Eli Manning is an aging quarterback that his interception ratio has continued to kind of go through the roof. He's been, every time you see this trajectory, he usually gets double digit interceptions as the season kind of goes on, and was that awful offensive line and a lack of a running game, that's just not good for a quarterback that has little to next no mobility. I think that's just incredibly dangerous at this point. So yeah, I think the Giants might just squeak away just because they have maybe the far more better offensive talent, all the NFC East. But I think it really does come down to a 9-7, and I think it's going to be very down to the wire for all three teams that might be able to even take the NFC East. I just don't. It's a very difficult schedule for all four teams, and. Yeah, I really have a hard time seeing anybody walking away with a double-digit wins this season. I think it's going to be really fought out, but I think it's also going to be very fun. So that is my whole prediction for the NFC East. I like to hear your comments down below. Check out my Facebook and check out my Twitter at greenwingman.com. Until then, guys, enjoy this day, and let's get ready for football.